Welcome to News with You. I'm Josh.
And I'm Shae.
If you're here, you know it's March Madness. And, of course, brackets are all the rage. We've been going maddening over this 32-team bracket in the Millennial cartoon showdown.
It's been killer because literally tonight was the night of brackets.
Yeah. And also, may I point out, we've had some 7 calls for tiebreakers. Tonight on all of our recordings.
Yes.
And unfortunately for Shae, none of them have went his way.
I'm 0 for 7.
Which is impressive. And he's 0 for 3 on phone call, or no, 2 for 5 on phone calls now.
Yeah.
Because one had to call you back, that don't count.
No.
Okay, I mean, you could go 3 for 6, he's half on the phone calls. But I've got a 100% phone call rate.
Josh is pure 100%. I'm just failing.
I shouldn't have done that. Anyways, I'm
the winner!
Anyways, so,
all right.
You're here for the Elite 8. It's bracket time. We're going to give you the Elite 8. If you guys want to, you can go to the Audio Land, find the full 32-person bracket. We discussed it. You can fill out your full 32 before I give you the final 8. So pause now. Go to the Audio Land. Go get your 32. Fill it out. I'll give you a second. Okay? That was your pause. That was your moment to fill out that bracket. Now, if you're in this moment, you know where we're at.
What's going on?
You should have already filled out your bracket. You can go to Audio Land and listen to how the bracket broke down if you want, but we're going to give you the Elite 8 right now.
This is what we have been choosing and debating the entire night.
From the Nick bracket, we have
SpongeBob and Drake and Josh.
Yep.
That's going to be a difficult one. I'm scared.
From the Disney bracket,
we have Phineas and Ferb versus Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm. From the cartoon bracket,
we have Dragon Ball Z.
No, that's a
Oh, I'm sorry. Cartoon Network. I'm sorry.
You ruined it!
I'm sorry.
1 star! Anyways.
We have Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Ed, and Eddie.
A triple name showdown.
Wow, I'm scared.
And then from all the other ones, that includes WB, 4Kids, all that kind of fun stuff. We have
Dragon Ball Z versus Pokemon.
That's the hardest bracket right there.
I'm scared. I'm really
all of these are hard for me.
Yeah. Okay, the Disney one, I'm pretty sure I know what's going past. Because I know my show is not going to be Josh. It's not my show, but there's a show I haven't watched on here, and it's Josh's childhood favorite. Yeah. So
I watched every episode, and I cried when it ended.
I can't.
One's still going, though.
Yes.
And that bodes well for it, but one had a spinoff of it. Mine. Okay, so we're going to go right to the Nick, guys.
Yes.
You've watched this show. We quote SpongeBob a ton.
Constantly.
We really, really like Drake and Josh, though.
We do.
And because of Drake and Josh, iCarly was a spinoff of it.
Yes. And because iCarly was a thing, all these other shows got spinoff. Literally, okay, let's be fully honest. The Amanda Show started the spinoff tree.
Yeah, it really did. It didn't make it to the end, but it started it all.
It made it on there, I will say that. I mean, but it was unfair. It had to fight SpongeBob.
Not fair.
It was unfair.
Yeah, and this was the 32 only. We did the full 64 on the audio. We went right through them all, and we just went ahead and got it down to the 32-person bracket and started from there, essentially.
Yeah.
Because it was fairly easy. At 64, it was just boom, 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 boom. It was, I think, 1 or 2 we kind of had it.
We had to stall back for a minute.
Yeah. So now we're at the top dogs of the Elite 8, SpongeBob versus Drake and Josh. Okay. And I don't know what to say.
Quotability, they're both there.
Oh, man.
SpongeBob, I think, has got a little bit more.
There's more memes from SpongeBob.
Definitely.
For sure. Now.
Especially now. I mean,
the age of Drake and Josh is getting older.
Yes.
Because it's done. It really is.
SpongeBob's still going. They just got announced a new season for 2019. So, that just throws you out there. Drake and Josh, they're way past their prime.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying SpongeBob is still in his prime.
Because of Drake and Josh, you've got Drake Bell as a musical artist, Josh as a serious actor.
Oh, yes.
He's really famous on YouTube and Instagram. So, I mean...
I think my favorite part is when he started quoting Drake and Josh.
Oh, by far. What's sad is they had this big falling out, though.
Yeah, they did.
That was awkward. I don't see it.
I don't see it beating SpongeBob. I can't.
SpongeBob's such a powerhouse in this. I mean, it was number 1 anyways in the brackets.
Yeah. On
the whole Nickelodeon bracket.
Oh, yeah.
It went up against, I think, a number 4.
Okay, if this tells you anything, we've done our own Nickelodeon video. Mm-hmm. SpongeBob got his own video.
Yeah, it got its own thing.
And we're debating on making a part 2 of it.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's just that much content, really.
Yeah, there's so much.
Still going. 19 seasons?
I think it's got like 13.
It's all 19 seasons.
I think it's going on its 13th season.
Yeah, it just
year.
feels like 19 because it's awesome.
Oh,
okay, so there you go, guys. SpongeBob is the winner of the Nickelodeon.
I don't know. Surprise, he's king of Nickelodeon.
No way, no surprise there. Now the king of Disney. I'm going to really think about this though. I'm not going to just let my childhood get in this because there is a big nostalgia feel.
I see. At this point, I can't do anything else besides say I have to strictly say Phineas and Ferb. I have not seen Boy Meets World.
We're going to come back to this one. We're going to come back to the Disney bracket. Let me think about it because I want to give each one its fair chance and not just go right off to what I want.
I can't say anything about it, so that sucks.
So we're going to move into the Cartoon Network bracket.
Oh boy.
Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Ed, Edd and Eddy. This is a hard one for both of us. Not just for me. It's not just for him. No. It's really both of us because we watched both of these.
I literally watched a Courage the Cowardly Dog episode yesterday.
Yeah, if they put these two shows, two different channels, we've done this before on the audio, two different channels, which channel am I going to watch? I know which one I have chosen in the past to watch.
Yes.
And I still kind of make the same choice. And I know it's kind of strange probably to you. But I just loved the Ed, Edd and Eddy show.
I will not lie to you. It was so good.
It was funny. It had lots of different episodes.
Oh, so many.
It
was scams.
Yeah, it was all scams. And there was a couple kind of eerie episodes.
I will say,
but it was more of a comedy show.
I think it had a little bit of a falling out when they went back to school. That is one thing I will give it.
Yeah, I stopped watching it then.
Yeah, no. I watched it, but I did not enjoy it as much as when they were on the cool.
The only thing that I will say in its favor over Courage the Cowardly Dog was it wasn't the same show every time. It was slightly different.
Yes.
The premise of Courage the Cowardly Dog was almost always the same.
Scary thing, save parents. Or owners.
Parents, yeah, owners. It's hard because there was so many good episodes of Courage the Cowardly Dog, too.
I mean, okay, you got
even though it was the same kind of show, it was still very entertaining.
Okay, you got to think with iconic villains. Courage has villains. Ed, Edd and Eddy doesn't have villains. They have
three women. The three girls.
If you can call them as villains.
Yeah, they were the antagonists.
They were the antagonists, yes.
And
then the guy Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Freaking Kevin.
Backward hat Kevin.
Ugh.
There was also sometimes Rolf.
Sometimes Rolf, but usually Rolf was a pretty chill guy. He was just weird.
And they were always the best. The whole goal of the show was to get Jawbreakers, though. I mean, there was some funny in it. I mean, it's just
like that episode of that Cardboard City.
Yeah. Oh gosh, so great,
so good.
Man, this is harder than the Disney bracket. Any of those shows, Lion King and Aladdin for me was less difficult than this choice right here.
This is a bad choice because
one person loses.
They have to. Okay, from what I'm seeing here, as I said, Ed, Edd and Eddy, they had a bad. They didn't stay consistently good per se to their average. Courage, on the other hand, generally stayed in the same ballpark for all 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they do anything revolutionary or like you're like, whoa? No, not really. They introduced some CGI for the time was like, whoa. Ed and Eddy didn't do that, from my knowledge.
I want to get one person's opinion on this. Not that we're going to let him choose, but I want to hear his because I know he watched both.
That's a good one.
If he'll answer. He might be busy.
That is a great answer. I can only hope. Because this is too much. It's bad.
He might not answer.
I hope he does, but...
Hey guys, this is Dawn.
No, he didn't do it.
Well, I tried. He was really the one I would think would be able to choose the best.
See, the issue is, I know if I call the Blind Bandit, I know what he's choosing.
Courage.
No.
He
will choose Ed, Edd and Eddy.
He likes that?
We still quote it to this day.
There's got to be a point for Courage or for Ed, Edd and Eddy.
I will give it that. But yet at the same time, though.
We quote Courage the Cowardly Dog a lot.
But Colton also quotes...
We haven't quoted Ed, Edd and Eddy.
No,
me and you.
Not. We have not together, no.
I think we got to push Courage the Cowardly.
Okay.
Just because we don't quote that, or we don't quote Ed and Eddy to each other,
but
we do quote Courage.
I'm going to say that, and Courage was consistent, and Ed, Edd and Eddy wasn't. But on the bright side, though, Ed, Edd and Eddy did have a movie.
I didn't watch it.
I did.
At that point, I was done with Ed, Edd and
Eddy. I was too, but that's why I watched the movie, and I watched it.
So, I think We're picking Courage the
We're
Cowardly
picking
Dog. Just
Courage.
because we literally will talk about that sometimes. We have not talked about Ed, Edd n Eddy to this day. Really, this is the first time we've talked about it. I think it's come up once or twice, buttered toast or whatever, but
Buttered toast.
but not like this.
And I'm always the one that introduced. I'm like, buttered toast.
Yep. Okay. So that was difficult. That's another difficult one.
Yep. Okay.
Dragon Ball Z versus Pokemon. Dragon Ball Z had PlayStation games. Pokemon had Game Boy games. It had
Card games.
It has wide known success across
console
continents.
games. Okay, if you ask me what's the bigger of the two, I'm gonna have to say
Pokemon's bigger. I mean, it had an app game. It swept the world.
Okay, when you can get
Pokemon Go swept the world.
when you can get people to walk out of their house to catch
for
Pokemon
miles.
for miles,
Kilometers.
you know something's up. I love Dragon Ball Z.
Me too.
I love it. Like literally, it hurts me to say that I have not bought the new Dragon Ball Z game. I want it, but then I'm like, I don't need it.
I just know if I pushed Pokemon over Dragon Ball Z, so many people would be pissed at me, but it doesn't beat Pokemon.
Okay. I'm letting nostalgia truly work this out. I'm not yet nostalgic for Dragon Ball Z. Wanna know why? I've still been consistently watching it.
And here's the thing. I hate the new Dragon Ball Zs. The Dragon Ball Z Generation X or whatever that crap was.
Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated it with a passion. I enjoyed the original Dragon Ball Z, which is what this is.
Yes.
And that's it. Every Pokemon that's come out, I've liked, except for the new generation of that too.
Yes, because they switched completely from Cartoon Network to Disney.
Well, also, Pokemon took out Team Rocket, and they replaced it with the weird Team Rocket. They took out Ash, they replaced it with that girl. It's just a whole new show, but they kept a couple of the other characters.
And now in the Disney, they're back. They're all back again, which is so weird in my mind. Like, okay,
At least they'd make them older. That would be...
I would. That's all. I've been wanting that for so long. See, that's the biggest thing when I watch cartoons. I want them to grow up with me. A lot of cartoons did. I mean, look at it nowadays. Samurai Jack, that grew up with me. It had a 5th season. Teen Titans is coming back. It's gonna have another season on Nickelodeon. Adult Swim. It's growing with me. Pokemon's not. That's what's killing me. Dragon Ball Super, it didn't grow up with me. Wanna know why? Because they censored it. Dragon Ball Z had blood on it. Dragon Ball Super doesn't have an ounce of blood. And if they do, they black and white the screen. I'm sorry. Like, either one of these, they did not grow up. This one makes me mad at this. I love these shows. I don't know if I can pick between these shows.
Here's the deal. You have to go with original Pokemon first gen versus original Dragon Ball Z, which is actually just Dragon Ball.
Okay, we're talking about just original Dragon Ball. I'm going with Pokemon. 9 out of 10.
And then this bracket, though, shows original Pokemon versus Dragon Ball Z.
See,
which is when more Super Saiyans were...
Yeah, when everything
Piccolo
really big started going...
Piccolo's a
you
good
had
character.
Cell, you had Frieza, you had Majin Buu, you had all the Dragon Ball Z movies. They had 12 movies for Dragon Ball Z.
that all made one little picture. If you had all the VHS.
Yeah, that was also really cool.
Yeah, I had 2 of them.
Both
the
of these,
androids.
Yes, these are really, really big. I don't know if I can make this decision. You're asking 14-year-old Shae to convince 7-year-old Shae. And I don't know if I can do it.
I can. As much as I love Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon wins.
Okay.
I don't know how many hours I played Pokemon on a Game Boy.
You're asking the guy right now that's playing a Pokemon playthrough.
That's why it wins. I still play it today.
But see, the issue is I also want the Dragon Ball game.
I don't watch Dragon Ball Z anymore. I don't play I hate the Dragon Ball Z games.
I love them.
I liked Tekken. I did not like Dragon Ball Z games.
I loved every single one of them.
Yeah.
So that's my issue. I have immense love for both of these.
Pokemon wins in my book.
I have to say how many more hours I've spent in games, how many more hours I've seen watching. I gotta go Pokemon just between my hours of what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about this group right here. I have to go with it. Dragon Ball Z loses against Pokemon, which burns my throat. I didn't think I'd ever have to make that conclusion.
Okay. And the whole time we've all been talking, I've been thinking about the Disney bracket. There's just more quotable lines for Boy Meets World for me than Phineas and Ferb. But it doesn't matter because of the two in the next round is lost.
It has lost.
So for me, I'm picking Boy Meets World just because of Feeny and because of everything that it can be and the fact that it got a new season.
Okay, how I see it, no matter what, compare that to that to that to that.
There's an obvious winner
There's
already.
an obvious winner. I can't make that decision.
So Boy Meets World won the Disney bracket, so you guys know.
Yes.
But SpongeBob beats Boy Meets World.
Yeah, there's no
There's competition. Now, we have Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Pokemon.
Oh no!
This is a number 1 versus a number 2.
Oh no!
No, Courage the Cowardly Dog was not a number 1.
No.
Powerpuff Girls was number 1.
Yes.
Courage the Cowardly Dog was number 4.
Yes. Okay. Once again,
I think. I don't know.
I love Courage. I watch it to this day. I love Pokemon. I watched it today.
Yep.
I'm playing Pokemon today. Courage didn't have any good games.
I blame a lot of way my life has went because of Pokemon. My friendships I've had. I mean, I've stopped talking to people because they weren't Pokemon people. Like, they're like, oh, I never played that as a kid. I'm like, what?
Okay. This is the first time he's been shadowed on the videos in a while. Mr. Akusta did not play a Pokemon game until he was 19.
But he has played it now.
He has now played it and he loved it. But he never played
It
one.
stands the chance of time, too. I'm just saying.
He played Pokemon Emerald because he asked me which one was your favorite. I gave him that one and he loved every single minute of it.
Mine was Pokemon Gold.
I
Or not Gold, Yellow.
Oh,
It's original.
It's original. I started off in Gen 2. Gen 3 is one I really remember, though, because I was like 8 years old. So, that's vivid in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give this, as much as I hate to say it, I love Courage. I love you, you stupid dog. But I got to give it to Pokemon.
Me too.
Okay. I have spent at least...
Where does this go now, though?
Ta-da!
Pokemon versus SpongeBob? I mean, what were you going to say before I said that? Before I ruined everything in our minds?
I love you, stupid dog.
Yeah.
But how many hours I have spent. You've become committed where you've caught the entire Pokedex. I've done that on Pokemon Emerald. Now, you might not say, well, it's not that many Pokemon compared to today. If you collect 360 Pokemon, make sure you get them all, you know the feel. Now, will I do it ever again? No.
Took a toll.
I think I said on the first episode of my playthrough, I'm not doing it. I'm playing until I get most of the legendaries and all the badges and beat the Pokemon League. Now, I'm sorry. I think, so no surprise, I think this is a clear-cut decision for me. I can look at this, what would I want to watch? If it was right in front of me. This is a hard choice. This is the type of choice I didn't think for me it'd be this easy, but I'm looking at it. When I walk up into a room and I see Pokemon, I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm watching it, I'm like, you just watching. I'm like, yes, this is a good part. SpongeBob, I sit there. I can watch Pokemon. I can watch SpongeBob with your son for hours. And he'll sit on my lap, and both of us just... and he's almost 2, and he's chuckling. Every time SpongeBob just hits the hammer on a nail.
We have a 1 seed versus a 2 seed. We've got both of my childhoods into my adulthood. Both of these have lasted forever.
They're still going. This
I've had merchandise from both.
This is the perfect way to end this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pokemon games right there.
Right there. Guess what I also own? SpongeBob Battle of Bikini Bottom.
Yep.
That was a great game, by the way. Mm-hmm. And they had also
Zombie
another
maps are being made of SpongeBob to this day.
To this day. Same thing with Pokemon maps. Okay. At this point, I don't know if I can answer this question. I would say I would watch SpongeBob over Pokemon. I will say that. But I don't know, I love. Because Pokemon really didn't give me with the anime. I watched it because I loved it. Because it was Pokemon.
But every Saturday morning for 5 years.
I watched Pokemon.
Was Pokemon.
I watched every
I'd watch
episode.
that before I'd go mow.
I watched every episode until Generation 5. Every episode, every morning. Watched it. Then I realized...
The song, we had to remember what the rap.
The Poke Rap? Heck yeah. And then I realized something.
Guessing what the Pokemon was.
Oh, it was so much fun. I realized something, this is the one thing I will have to say. Over time, I could watch SpongeBob and chuckle at it immensely. I watch Pokemon, I realize how cheesy and outdated it is compared to SpongeBob.
It doesn't bother me. That's what makes this... I mean, that's why I'm standing.
Yes.
Because I am at a crossroad.
But
this is literally heaven or heaven. Which heaven do you want to go to?
At this point, I don't... Can SpongeBob just grab a Pokeball and call it good? You know what I mean?
What if SpongeBob had Pokemon in it?
That'd be crazy. I mean,
jellyfishing.
I mean, if you think about it, they had a card game in SpongeBob that was not like Pokemon. It was Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy cards. Mm-hmm. But I can't.
I mean, like merchandise, SpongeBob's huge.
Yes.
Pokemon's huge.
I would say Pokemon's probably bigger than SpongeBob.
I don't know, man. SpongeBob's still going. I mean, strong.
Strong going.
Pokemon is doing good, but man, I mean, you can't hardly go on Nickelodeon without seeing something about SpongeBob.
You can't. But the issue here is, for me, every time
and it's the only one that stayed in the same network since its opening. Pokemon switched networks.
Yes, but I would say this. Every time I get on Cartoon Network, when it was airing on Cartoon Network, they advertise Pokemon. Now, every time I go on Disney XD, which is a really weird channel to put it on, may I add, it's always like, Pokemon coming this Saturday! And I'm like, well, you know what I mean? It's still all there.
Pokemon had the card game.
Pokemon has the actual video games.
SpongeBob had a video game on PlayStation only.
PlayStation 2s. And then
DS.
They had DS, they had Xbox, all that stuff.
Pokemon also, same handheld.
And then they went to the Nintendo consoles only because it's only made by
on
Nintendo.
Computer as well. I mean, these things are probably as neck and neck as anything out there.
This makes our Disney bracket look like child's play.
Again, I spent 25 minutes trying to figure out who would be the winner of just the west side of Disney bracket.
Yeah.
And we're spending as much time on this as that. We're going to take a break. Audio's going to take a break, and then we'll be right back. Hit the pause button on the audio, Shae.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Just show alone, SpongeBob for me wins. For introducing every single side product they've ever had, I gotta go Pokemon.
5 minutes later.
I don't know if I can make a conclusion.
We have to. We have to give the people an ending. They have to know who wins. We have to do this for them, Shae.
I know we do. I'm thinking cheesy ways to do it, like coin flip. You can't do coin flip.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
One was Saturday mornings, one was Saturday night. They never came on at the same time. How would you? You wouldn't.
You could watch both.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to pick. You could get both. But we have to pick one.
20 minutes later.
Hard time filling it now, Mr. Krabs.
Technique.
F is for friends. U is for you and me. I know the answer now.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new
one.
After deliberating for 25 to 30 minutes.
And a phone call. Because my buddy called me back and I was like, screw it, this is the best time to do it.
I mean, we just went off of just basically which one we do more of, we like more of, and what we've quoted over the years, and just everything. I mean, we've went everything we could possibly.
I think
we've thought about every angle.
Episode 8 was SpongeBob. We were happy for the entire episode. We were hyped up. We were ready. And really,
we haven't covered Pokemon yet.
No, we have not. And if you think about it, we've never referenced Pokemon besides Gotta Catch 'Em All. Mm-hmm. But after that, we was it Gotta Catch 'Em All because he used Danny Phantom.
Stupid song.
Because of William.
Stole Pokemon's thunder a little bit.
I gotta say, I think of when I say that, I think of Will's because he said it.
I mean, we were just sitting there, and all of a sudden, we just started quoting SpongeBob to each other.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's the deciding factor. SpongeBob won.
As we said, we people when we watch it, we're like, yeah. I've never really met a person that truly hates SpongeBob unless they're older, generally.
I've met people that hate SpongeBob just because they can't stand him. They think he's annoying. But for us, we just enjoy the quotes from SpongeBob too much.
Your genius is showing.
Mm-hmm. What the? Go play on the hooks. I mean, there's no. It was as close as you could possibly get it. Like smelly smell, that smells smelly. Anchovies. It's the winner. It's the clear-cut winner, too.
Like, this is literally the most stressful video recording we've ever done. We played video games on here.
I've never stood up during a recording before.
We've never had to pause for a minute and think. We didn't do it for any of those because we just asked for a phone call. This one, it came through. We were like, we're not going to do a phone call. And you know what? Fate had it be. My buddy called me back, and I'm like, well, since you're here, let's do it as well.
And he didn't tell us anything except for, he had said one thing, and I turned and looked at him and I said, "Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?" And from that moment on, we just knew.
We just knew.
There was an answer.
There was no deciding factor that he gave us, because he said, Pokemon on a whole, I would say. But it shows, it said, and this is exactly what I said, SpongeBob would win.
And for me, they're both equal. I'd watch SpongeBob just as much as I watch Pokemon. But the big deciding factor for me was every SpongeBob episode I would watch.
Yes.
Whereas after the first few generations of Pokemon, I'm done.
Honestly, the more Pokemon aged, the more cheese it developed. And
it wasn't just that. It's just I did not like the dynamics of the new characters.
Yeah.
Whereas every character that's ever been introduced in SpongeBob, we've liked it.
It's been tough.
That's a winner. So I hope you guys' brackets were close. If you got a perfect bracket, take a picture of it, send it to us.
I mean, honestly, I bet you guys were probably expecting we were going to choose SpongeBob.
Yeah, but you have to have a perfect bracket. Not just a winner, you have to have the perfect bracket.
Yes.
Which means everything we picked, you have to pick.
Yes.
So, we've got all this special stuff we're about to introduce. Liking this video, if you guys like all this stuff and you liked what we came out with, the deliberation we did, hit the like button.
It was tough. Or if you think we messed up and we're idiots for doing it, why don't you hit the dislike button?
Yeah, and if you really didn't like it, you can leave a comment of what you thought should have won, or what you thought should have won early on and didn't make it where it should have made it.
Yes.
Other than that, you guys can subscribe to us.
Yes. Or hit that notification bell to always know when we're uploading.
That way you know when we put out brackets.
But honestly, these bracket videos have been so stressful tonight.
Yeah, it hurt me a little bit. Share this video with your friends so they know where our favorites are. And then all this fun stuff coming across that you can share it on. There it is. You got Facebook, the Instagram, Twitter.
And the Patreon.
These three are the ones you can share all this stuff on.
You can talk to us, all that fun stuff.
Patreon's a special place. Sorry if I hit you in the head almost. Patreon's a special place. You can pay us to what we do.
I felt the slight breeze felt nice. It's hot here.
And if you're a monthly subscriber, you get to be on our Discord where we have discussions like this. We'll actually probably end up talking about this another time. The SpongeBob versus Pokemon deliberation.
Honestly, this episode could develop into another episode of why we chose this. It's that serious.
So
now, is it going to?
No.
Probably not.
And if you're like, man, I wish I could have heard the full 64. Well, that's where our audio land comes in, and you can find it on the
You got like an hour and 15 minutes in Podbean right there.
Right there. And you can find us on iTunes as well. Please rate and review us. No 1 stars if you can help it. If you don't like us and you want to rate us and review us, that's fine. I'll get the information back and we can figure out what we need to do better.
Exactly.
Maybe you're like, I don't think SpongeBob's that great.
Blasphemy.
Oh, that's my childhood you just kicked in the balls.
Hey, I don't feel Mr. Krabs.
I know they don't. Anyways, and that's where you can find all that stuff. You guys could catch the stuff down low. If you want to watch us play games, we do that sometimes. Also, he does that every other day.
Every day that Two Doesn't Do doesn't get an upload. It's on my channel.
It's called Teledocs.
Teledocs Plays.
So there you go. As always, we have the very fun outro. Two dudes would do.
And lightly food.
I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
Most importantly, Shae. Also known as Teledocs.
Yes.
How do you do?
Honestly, I want to sit down for a minute. This has been too stressful. I feel like if we did those stress tests on our phone, it would have it in deep in red.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by.